Well, there's two people I think or initially that really captured us, and that was Don Longwell with his smile and his hugs, and then Harold Krause. Both of those two really welcomed us and made us feel comfortable.
I believed in God. I just had never. I was unchurched, and I was actually going to a Unity church around the corner, and I know I had taken Michael there one time, and he felt it was a little off.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't use the Bible, and the text that they used included a story that was in the story of the prodigal son, but it wasn't from the Bible. It was from a Unity book or some sort. And I said, I don't. And I told Denise, and I hope I wasn't too harsh about it. But I said, look, that's the story of the prodigal son. I don't know why those people think it needed to be rewritten. It was written pretty well the first time. But I want to do a marriage class. Denise and I had gone through kind of like, ups and downs in our marriage. It was a downtime. And through the help of counseling, and particularly one book called The 5 Love Languages, we'd become much stronger. And I said, well, great, if I'm going to teach and you're going to make me do this, I'm going to do what I want to do, and this is what I want to do. And she said, great, go. And so we did that for an 8-week session, and it was such a great response. It was such a great group. It kept on, and it kept on, and it kept on. We just continued to do it. So adult education has been a huge motivation for us, and feel like it's part of our calling to serve in the church. So I would love to see more room for classes, because I still think that while I love worship service, I get so much more personal growth out of the adult education classes.
Some of our strongest friendships that we have now have been formed because of our Bible studies.
Yeah. And as far as the children's program there, the Bright Beginners, I mean, we were there when it was the Early Childhood Education Center was the name of it, and this one were there, and the little youngest one is there now with Bright Beginners. But these two started out in the Mosler buildings, and they were old then, and so we've seen such a great things there that we're very happy to have. I was on one of the leadership boards. I don't know what, in the second demographic study that we'd had came out where the age group of our area had gone from 40 to 55 or what have you to 25 to 35, with small children. And so I think that still holds true that we fit into that category and needed that service. I know there's a bunch of others around that needed as well. So I'm excited about the building campaign and the chance we had to reach more and more young families with kids, because that was the school. I mean, his last teacher at preschool, Miss Cynthia, she was such a blessing to him and to us. Really took a personal interest in him, and
we
made it
noticed
really
a
special.
lot of growth with Jacob. Miss Cynthia really brought the best out in him.
She did. We go to Connections now, partly because of the behaviors you see here in front of you.
Yeah, because we have children that have a little bit of a hard time sitting still.
When this one, how long has Connections been around? 5 years? 5 or 6 years or so? I think early on we didn't go in there, and then this one was crawling.
He did the army crawl under the pews, all the way to the front. So,
yeah, he low crawled underneath the pews, and I couldn't get him. It was in the middle of a quieter time, and so we tried out Connections, and
it's nice because they turn the lights down low,
and the kids can be kids a little bit more.
Kids can be kids. I mean, they dance in the aisles, and they. I think that they're able to worship in their own childlike way, and I think that they get a lot out of service. They sing the songs, and they know the words, and.
I mean, one of the reasons I really believe in the marriage classes, there's an old saying about a young man who wanted to change the world. He found it was too difficult to change the world, so he tried to change his country, and he found that was very difficult. So he tried to change his state, and then his county, and then his city, and then his neighborhood. And by the time he figured it was all too hard, he could only change himself, he was much too old. Whereas if he had changed himself and his family, he then could have changed his community, which would have changed his city, which would have changed his county, his state, his nation, and then could have changed the world. And I believe that family through marriage is the greatest gift we have on this earth. So that's where we're going to start.